so Raven.
What about Raven makes you so angry?
Disney has a brand. You understand that? You get that? That's a brand that they didn't make. Here we are.
Welcome to Cash Doll TV. Get your gossip from me. Stay up with the tea.
Ring, ring.
Yes, pick up the phone because your girl Cash Doll got the tea. Stay tuned.
I feel like when I was on TSR, That's So Raven, I felt like boys watched the show because I had big boobs. They came for the boobs, they stayed for the comedy.
Hey you guys, what's going on? And thanks for joining us today on Cash Doll TV. We're going to discuss the iconic TV show That's So Raven, one of Disney Channel's greatest shows. We're going to reminisce about some of the hilarious moments, the characters, and the impact it had on a whole generation. Oh, let's not forget about some of the drama that had been going on behind the scenes. You know how we do.
I think they're calling me a slut is what's happening.
No, it was just we all had a really nice relationship with each other. We're going to keep it real simple.
Yeah, we did.
So let's rewind back to the early 2000s when the show first came on, which was January 2003. A series that was centered around Raven Baxter, a teenager with hidden psychic abilities played by Raven-Symoné.
I think Disney wanted her to be queer in the beginning, and I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. They were like, "Do you want Raven to be gay?" I said, "Why?" "Because you are." I said, bad reason. That's a bad reason. No. Raven Baxter never exhibited any type of situation in the priors. I'm not being myself on this show. I'm being a character.
I went into audition. The show was called Absolutely Psychic. It wasn't called That's So Raven at all. It was called and at the time, Raven wasn't the lead. She was the sidekick. Yes, they were looking for a lead. I came in to audition for the lead. I think the character's name was Molly. I auditioned and a couple other people auditioned. I didn't get the part. Somebody else got the part. But when they filmed, they realized that Raven was the funniest one and had a following. And so they bumped her up to first position and then they started auditioning people again. And I went into a big cattle call and I finally got the part.
Raven's secret is only shared with her best friends, Eddie Thomas, played by Orlando Brown, and Chelsea Daniels, played by Annalise, alongside with her brother, Corey, played by Cal, and parents, Tanya and Victor. The series explores supernatural elements, family, and friendship.
Now the star of the show was Raven, as you might have guessed. Moving along, I want to introduce all the rest. Got hilarious Corey, pretty Chelsea, the fine young squire, hey, that's me, we're
The impact it had on Disney's Channel set a new standard for what a kids show could be. That's So Raven paved the way for a whole new wave of shows with diverse casts and storylines. It shows that everyone deserves to see themselves represented on screen. Becoming the first program on the network to reach 100 episodes and having to end because the actors were aging beyond the show's target teenage demographic. Raven attends school alongside her best friend Chelsea, who acts a little dizzy sometimes. Eddie, who is an aspiring rapper and plays on the school basketball team. Raven lives with her younger brother Corey, an aspiring business person, and her parents. Her father is a chef who eventually opens his own restaurant. Her mother was a stay-at-home mom who decides to return to law school to finish. In the third season, she leads the family to study in England.
Why did Raven's mom just disappear from That's So Raven? So Takia Crystal Kima, who played Raven's mom, Tanya Baxter, disappeared like halfway through season 3. She was missing from about the last 10 episodes of season 3. She wasn't in season 4 at all, or in Cory in the House, the spinoff. So in this show, they said that the reason that she wasn't there was because she moved to England for law school. But it turned out that the actress actually left the show because her grandmother got really sick. So Takia ended up leaving the show to be the caregiver of her grandmother who had Alzheimer's disease.
Exciting. I can't even believe it. You know, some things were going on in my personal life. I didn't learn till years later that people noticed that I was gone.
Raven has her eye on becoming a fashion designer one day and creates these awesome costumes to disguise her identity. That's So Raven was recorded in front of a live studio audience in Los Angeles. Filming on the first season began November 2001. The series was filmed on 2 days each week, and the child actors attended school on the set. Prior to filming, the weekly schedule will also consist of scripts read throughs, rewrites, and rehearsals. A stunt coordinator was present for Raven-Symoné's stunts that she had to do on the TV show.
Or whatever, like the Galleria.
Okay.
And someone's like, you really look like Raven-Symoné. And I always used to get it all the time. And they're like, you should come to this audition, like this casting. We're looking for a body double. And I went and I literally got it. My paycheck was so good.
What was it?
I mean, it was nice. I was getting per episode to play Raven.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because it was an after job. I was getting $3,500 a day.
What? To be a body double?
And I got like the makeup, the glam.
That's How Raven came to an end in 2007 because the cast were getting older and Disney is more focused on a teenage group, but it spawned 2 spin-off series, Cory in the House, which lasted 2 seasons, and also Raven's Home that lasted 6 seasons.
That's So Raven. They're doing a reboot from what we all.
I don't want to do it.
You don't.
And then I gave her some. And it was the drinking. It was a binge of taco vodka and any kind of vodka I get my bottle on my neck.
You got Raven tatted on you?
Yeah, she was in jail with me.
Right.
The question on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
Since you grew up so close, is Orlando Brown crazy or is he acting?
I thought you were going to ask me about Raven's Home being canceled.
No,
he was always like that, though. You know, he was. You're right. There's a good point. He was it was all, you never knew what was real.
Also, Annalise was on Raven's Home, but eventually fired.
It's really hard talking about Disney and Nickelodeon because I still work for Disney and Disney's been great. But, you know, am I sick of saying Raven's name more than my name in my life? Probably.
Yeah.
People want you to be that person that you were. People want it to all be perfect and nice. But then again, it's like, how do I get my new followers, my new people, my tribe? Unless I'm going to be my authentic self, will I just have to be Chelsea, Raven's best friend for the rest of my life? Which is also okay too. I can love that and support that. But I don't know. It's interesting.
I thought it was going to be the equivalent of all the other shows that I've been on that had ended where, you know, you talk to them a couple weeks after and then it kind of dies out. You'll talk to them every Christmas. How's your mama? How's your daddy? But Annalise and I had stayed in contact the whole entire time. I was there for her when she premiered as Belle on Broadway in Beauty and the Beast. She was there for me for Sister Act. I've been there for her family and vice versa. She'll show up at my house at 2:00 in the morning. I'm getting in the pool. I'm like, okay, good night. Just here's the key. Like, she's always been there. And throughout that process, we have always said, like, do we need to do a YouTube show together? We were this close to starting a YouTube show together. And then Disney was like, we want to do a show. I was like, Lisa, we're going to be on a network.
Oh, adorable. When was the last time you guys saw Kyle?
Kyle came to my house maybe a couple months ago.
Hey, Kyle, can you come out here, please?
Right now?
Kyle, come here.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Kyle Massey. You know, it's young Cory and young Dasso in the building. Let's get. People be like, you was on That's So Raven, right? Yeah. You was on Cory in the House, right? Yeah. But you wasn't on Raven's Home. Fuck was you at? You wasn't home. Y'all just want me to be on every fucking show? Like, damn.
Kyle was also big on the TV show Dancing with the Stars, and he almost won the show, you guys. He became one of the final contestants, but he didn't win at the end. He hasn't done very much since Dancing with the Stars. He kind of has been out the limelight. He has been dealing with the issues where he has allegations against him that later showed that he was innocent, allegedly. Let's get into that.
Do you remember the time when former Disney Channel star Kyle Massey was accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a minor? You may remember Kyle from shows like Cory in the House, and obviously That's So Raven. But recently, Kyle gave an interview and spoke publicly for the first time about all this, and his response is shocking. Kyle is now alleging that he is actually a victim himself, and that the mother of the victim is the one that tried to victimize him, if that makes sense. So the original charges stated that Kyle allegedly sent explicit videos to a minor between the years 2018 and 2019. These charges were filed in civil court in the year 2019 and were eventually dropped. The person was seeking $1.5 million from Kyle. But then in February of 2022, the mother contacted another sheriff's department and filed criminal charges. But this is where this gets really strange, because recently Kyle went on record and gave an interview and stated that he was actually the one that was assaulted by this mother who filed the charges on behalf of her daughter. Kyle's lawyer named Ariel actually provided receipts that showed that Kyle had met this mother in the year 2007. This would have been when Kyle was only 15 years old. According to the lawyer, the police statement that this mother provided to the sheriff's department claimed that Kyle had actually promised this mother that he wanted to move with her, he wanted to be with her. Keep in mind, this is when he was younger. And allegedly, a witness in the case heard this mother remark that she wanted to become pregnant by Kyle in order to get Disney money.
I see where this is going. Come on, son. Sit down.
But Dad.
The father that played on That's So Raven, who was played by Rondell, has had a long acting career. Check out this clip. He has definitely been blessed to be in the game for a minute.
Hey, Dad, do you love me more than my brother?
No, I love you both the same.
Oh, I knew it!
It definitely was good to see the mom back a part of the cast again of Raven's Home. That's So Raven is definitely an iconic TV show, and we all tuned in faithfully to watch it every week. It definitely set the tone and paved the way for many TV shows that came afterwards. Even though you could see Orlando Brown in a lot of odd, funny clips.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
Still, everyone from the cast has played a big role in our life. Thanks for tuning in to Cash Doll TV. See you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe.